Hey, everybody. Welcome to Prophetic Lifestyles with Bernard Bolton, where we are making the prophetic practical, bringing the prophetic into everyday life, and creating the future by the choices we make today. So it's Friday, and on Fridays, we talk about ministry and the marketplace. And this is pretty much our role as a life coach, as a creativity coach. And we just look forward to coming on to share and encourage you and to kind of talk to you about some of the things we're doing. And so today I'm led to speak to us about how our creativity, how as creative people, our creativity is needed in the ministry and it's needed in the marketplace. But I want to start with the idea that if you are a believer, that everything, your entire life is relegated to this one lane called ministry. And unfortunately, because many people believe that ministry, if there's a call on your life, if you have certain gifts and certain abilities, then you basically believe that ministry uh, is the sum total of your life. Everything you do is ministry. And so what is happening is that many of us are not finding this broad way. We're not really going into new areas and exploring new possibilities. When God created us, He did not create us first for ministry. We were actually created for life. And that life meant that we were created to create. And what is creative and being creative about? Well, it's about building something. It's about um, it's about taking an idea and bringing it to its fullness. Creativity is about the ability to take something from within yourself and then forming it or producing it. Okay. And so, in a sense, as creative people, whenever we're creative, we are like God because God is creator, God is creative, God is the creator. He is first introduced to us in Genesis 1 as a creator. And so God built the heavens and the earth and everything in it. And then from the dust of the ground, he built us. And then from the rib of the man, he built the woman. And then he brought them together. And then he brought forth their children. But before he made man, he also built a garden for the man and the woman to live in, and thus begin their creative process, begin their creative journey. And so when we come into this place of building, whatever it is that you're building, whether it's building your life or building a place for you to live, a place for you to exist, on my Substack article today, which I hope you'll read, I wrote about creating culture outside of social media. Well, creating culture is creative. Okay, you're creating a place that is you're creating a place that is composed of your ideas, your beliefs, your behaviors, and what is important to you. That's really what culture is. And so we're creative, and then we are also creative from our minds. Okay, uh, one of the mindsets that all of us have, whether you are walking in or not, is a creative mindset. A creative mindset is looking at problems and bringing forth solutions, looking at situations and then seeing yourself make something happen in the midst of that. Okay. Now, being creative does not limit you, because you can be creative in ministry and you can be creative in the marketplace. As a coach, this is one of the areas that I'm very passionate about operating in, and that is helping people find their creativity in ministry and the marketplace. How do we do both? How am I able to navigate between ministry and the marketplace? Because what often happens, if we're not navigating, then we are either focused on one lane and we are ignoring the other lane. And so many of you who have a call on your life, and calling is of course assigned to the realm of ministry, because a call is an invitation from God to join him in what he's doing and what he is inviting you to do. And so there is, when there's a call on your life, that call is fulfilled in ministry. But we are sent into the marketplace, and sent is an apostolic function. It means that the Lord has given us an ability, a gift, a grace. He has given us something that we're given this gift, okay, and then we're supposed to go into a certain area, into a certain territory, into a certain sphere, and we are to operate successfully with that gift, okay? Now, when I was a child, I discovered early that one of my gifts was writing. It was, and I really believe I was born with this ability to write. But as a teenager, I discovered there was a call on my life to preach. So how could I navigate? And for years, I didn't navigate and didn't know how to navigate between the call to preach, which is ministry, which is my ministry, and then the gifting to write, which was my marketplace function. And I would be in my 40s before I found the place and then came to understand how to navigate between the two. So I'm in ministry as a preacher, a teacher, and an apostle, but I'm in the marketplace as a writer. And then, and writing is not all I do, because out of my writing comes my ability to coach, my ability to publish, and my ability to coach writers, which I'm currently doing, working with a phenomenal, she is a phenomenal writer. And this is the first book she's written, and she's the words are just pouring out of her, which I recognize is the Spirit of God, but she's doing the work, okay? As her coach, I'm helping her in this process of discipline. She's doing the work, but the Spirit of God is just pouring out of her. And it's a phenomenal thing to see. And so when you are in ministry, there's a call, or you can be in ministry because you're in a community. So there is a calling to what is vocational ministry. Vocational ministry is full-time, lifetime ministry. When there is a vocational call on your life, you don't resign from that. Person that I know recently retired from pastoring. But you don't, when there's a vocational call on your life, you don't really retire. You keep doing that until the Lord calls you to heaven. But in the marketplace, you can retire. In the marketplace, you can change. I've seen changes in my life, and I'm anticipating that at the age that I am, before I go to heaven, there's going to be some more changes, because I am developing my abilities and my skills for the marketplace. I'm also doing it for ministry, but ministry, I'm pretty settled. Okay. Now, in ministry, the Holy Spirit is my teacher, and he's the one that's causing me to, he's the one that's causing me to change, causing me to grow, and causing a revolution within me as a minister and as a servant of the Lord. But in the marketplace, my chief desire is to be there to serve my clients and customers and to create wealth for myself and for those that I'm responsible to take care of. My son, okay? My son may one day have children, and I need to leave an inheritance for him and his children, and that's why I'm in the marketplace. I don't look for those things in ministry. I'm simply in ministry to serve God and to serve his people. But in the marketplace, I have a different mindset and there's a different function on me and on you, okay? And so when you're in the marketplace, I'm kind of talking about myself personally, but I hope that this is helping you to understand how there is a difference, and we have to learn how to function. And as a ministry marketplace coach, this is really this is one of the things that I love doing, and I want to help you. So if you're in that place today, there's a call to ministry, a vocational call, either as an apostle, prophet, teacher, pastor, evangelist, or if there is a call on your life because you are in ministry and you are serving within that ministry, and so you're there to serve within that congregation through your gifts, but then you're trying to find a way to make a living for yourself, to create wealth, to serve people, and to use your gifts, either as a writer, or as a coach, as a freelancer, as a consultant. Okay. Oh, excuse me. I'm in this realm, so I want to invite you to connect with me, and let's talk about how I can coach you and how I can help you find your place. Okay. And so we're going to end this today, and we're going to be back. Listen, I want to invite you to join us this coming Sunday. That's going to be the 30th at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I'm going to be teaching, I'm going to be doing a class on transition. We're in the month of IR, which is the month of transition. And and many of us are in transition because this is a transition season. Okay. Often the season that we're in aligns with the Hebrew month. Okay. And so some of you are in a season of transition. And so I want to help you, because I've seen a lot of believers get stuck in transition, get bitter in transition, don't know how to move through transition, don't know how to come to the end of it. Okay. So I'm going to be teaching from the word, from my personal experiences, because I've had many transitions. Matter of fact, I'm in transition right now because I had a dream last Friday night. And in that dream, the Lord showed me, it was a prophetic dream, and the Lord showed me that I was entering into transition where I would have to make a choice. Okay. And that's part of transition. When you're in transition, not only are you moving from one place to another, but you're also having to make a choice, and you have to choose something. And so that's what the dream that I had on Friday night, IR started on this past Saturday. So IR actually started on the 22nd, and I had this prophetic dream on the 21st. And so we're now in this season of IR, and I want to share with you how to really prosper and advance in your transition. Okay. So join us Friday at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And if you want to connect with us, either in ministry and marketplace, you want to learn how to navigate how to understand, where you are in this place. We would love to connect with you, and we'll have a no obligation session with you. It won't cost anything, where we'll talk about the possibilities of working together. Okay. So God bless you. Shalom.